How do ships float? Owlo, guess what? My mom and dad took me to the harbor this weekend and I saw a giant ship.
That sounds wonderful, Koko. What did you think when you saw it up close?
It was as tall as our whole school, Owlo. I could not believe something so huge was floating on the water.
Ships really are enormous. What was going through your mind while you watched it?
I kept wondering, how does something so heavy stay on top of the water instead of sinking straight down?
That is a fantastic question, Koko. Let's head to the science lab and find out together with a little experiment. Here we are. I have a tub of water and a lump of soft clay ready for us.
Ooh, I love squishy clay. What are we going to do with it?
First, roll the clay into a tight little ball, then gently place it on top of the water.
Okay, here it goes. Oh no, it sank straight to the bottom in 1 second.
Exactly what I expected. A tight ball is heavy for its size, so the water cannot hold it up.
But then, how does a huge, heavy ship float when a tiny ball of clay cannot?
Great question. Now take that same clay and shape it into a wide, hollow bowl instead of a ball.
Like this? It looks like a tiny boat now, with sides going up around the edges.
Perfect. Now place your little clay boat gently on the water and watch what happens this time.
It's floating. The exact same clay that sank before is floating now just because I changed its shape.
You just discovered something scientists call displacement. Your boat pushes water out of the way to make room for itself.
Displacement. That's a big word. Can you explain it in an easier way for me?
Sure, when the clay was a ball, it pushed away only a little water. As a wide boat, it pushes away much more.
And pushing away more water somehow helps it float better? That feels a little bit like magic.
It is not magic, it is physics. The water pushes back up with a force equal to the water it lost. We call that buoyancy.
So the more water my boat shape pushes out of the way, the harder the water pushes back up to hold it.
Exactly right, Koko. Real ships work the very same way, with a big, hollow body filled mostly with air.
That's why the ship I saw looked so wide at the bottom, not skinny like a pencil.
You noticed something very important. That wide, hollow shape spreads the ship's weight over a large area of water.
My mom pointed at a colorful line painted near the bottom of the ship. What was that for?
That is called the load line. It shows sailors the safest level for loading cargo before the ship gets too heavy.
So if they pack too many boxes on board, the ship could push down past that line and start sinking?
That's right. Every ship has a limit, just like your clay boat would sink if you piled too many pebbles inside it.
I'm really glad my parents took me on that trip. I never would have asked this question otherwise.
Parents notice the best adventures for curious minds like yours. It's wonderful that you shared this with them, and now with me, too.
Thanks, Owlo. I can't wait to tell them everything I just learned about floating ships today.
Now, Koko, can you tell me what you learned today about how ships float?
Sure. Heavy things can float if they are shaped wide and hollow, because they push away lots of water. The water pushes back just as hard, almost like it's giving the ship a big underwater hug. Next time, maybe we can find out why ice floats too.
I would love that, Koko. Your curiosity always leads us to the best adventures. If you had fun today, ask a grown-up to get the free AskOwlo app for more stories. And don't forget to subscribe so we can make even more.